Great. Thanks very much. As some of you know, I'm the medical director of NHS 24, which actually gives me very little satisfaction in my day-to-day work. But what does give me great pleasure and stimulates me and excites me every day is the fact that I lead the Scottish Centre for Telehealth and Telecare and the dynamic team who actually are tasked with driving forward this agenda and supporting all of you and colleagues across Scotland in making this agenda happen for our citizens. And this is the best bit. I look forward to this every year. And once again, she is going red before we even start. And that is to really give a heartfelt thank you to Nessa Barry, who puts a huge amount of time and effort into making this event happen, including the fact that she's kept you all here to listen to me at the end because she's even cancelled the train at 10 to. So can we give Nessa a round of applause? We will be finished in 3 minutes because this will not be long, because I'm here to remind you that from the 20th to 24th of November, it is Scottish Telehealth and Telecare Week, and this is the time that we all get to blow our collective trumpets and hopefully try to educate all the colleagues we work with and also the people who live in our respective organisational areas, be they health boards, local authorities, IGBs or whatever, about the opportunities that these types of technology can afford us all. So what happens at the moment during that week? What have we got organised already? Well, the national conference is scheduled for the 22nd of November, and this year it's going to take place in Glasgow. But of course, that is only one showcase event. The most important thing is really the things that happen in the Airts and Pairts of Scotland, as they say. So we've got other events planned. It will be the second Home and Mobile Health Monitoring Symposium, and there are a number of half-day workshops. You can see there, they're really varied. We're going to look at human-centred design and innovation, technology-enabled health and care workforce issues, which are increasingly relevant and important for us as we scale this agenda up, and of course, housing and smart design. And if we're really serious about keeping people in their own homes and actively participating in their own communities, housing and smart design has got a significant role to play in all of that. But what can you do, and what can you enthuse your colleagues to do? Well, we'd like people to start thinking now about running local events. They don't have to be big, they don't have to be impressive, they can be very small, and they can actually be restricted to your own group or department. It is limited by your imagination and restricted only by your enthusiasm. And so things like putting some information up online about what you do and the effect it is having on the people you're servicing. Maybe running a webinar, looking at running some virtual sessions. Awareness events about tech for staff that you work with, for service users and for carers, and galvanizing the voluntary community around you to come and join and support these types of sessions. If you are looking to launch a service, you may well launch it in advance of Digital Health and Care Week, but maybe do a formal launch where you can showcase that event, and the national team can actually help and support with some of the publishing of those types of things. And of course, organising research meetings and anything that disseminates information and advice. It's all up for grabs. So please remember the date. It's the 20th to 24th of November, and I hope a lot of you, if not all of you, will come to the national conference. I've learned a huge amount today, particularly about Professor Ferguson's dress sense. But more importantly, I'm sure all of us have been impressed by the breadth of activities that's going on across Scotland, the amount of innovation that is silently happening and is now becoming embedded in day-to-day service provision, and how importantly our citizens not only want more of it, they want it now, and when they have these services, they don't want to let them go. So we are still in a time of austerity, and that's not going to change in the short term. And as IJBs in particular are wrestling with challenges round about their budgets and their strategic planning responsibilities, we need to shout loud and we need to shout clearly that sustainable long-term service development requires underpinning by digital technology. But always remember, just because you can use a digital solution to do something doesn't mean you should. The one thing that struck me about this event is the common sense that has underlined a lot of the presentations, because we live in the real world. All these projects are embedded in the real world, with all the difficulties and the challenges and the doubting Thomases that are always there waiting to pull that rug from under you. But you are innovators, you are champions, and without you, Scotland would not be where it is today, and our citizens would not have the aspirations to continue to live healthily, actively within their own communities. Thank you all very much for coming. And last one on the bus, as they say in Aberdeen, is a hairy kipper. Thank you very much indeed.